Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to today's devstream. We have a lot longer list to do today than last time. We'll have to see if it lasts to the end of the stream or how long it'll last and whatnot. I'm sure we can find some other stuff to do if we run out. But this is our character of the day, Oatmeal North, Time Traveler, and this is our list right here. Specifically from like here to here. So we need to add more spacing in the deck selector. We need to basically add more spacing between each of these things in here. We should be able to pretty quick do that. We need to refine this event card and make it purple, over here. We need to redo the color font and refine the color font. We'll do that work over here because that's where I've been doing all that work. And we need to make the UI buttons pop forward. And we're going to basically do something along the lines of this right here. Second kind of button underneath the button is kind of slightly offset. Well, actually it won't be, I don't know how we're going to do it exactly offset wise, because I mean this is going to be 3D in the engine, but we're going to at least slightly offset it for the for this mock-up kind of thing. But yeah, that's what we got planned for today. I hope everybody is doing well today. And get everything working. There we go. So let's start with this, since this should be the more easy thing. They want more spacing in here. I don't think I can do any more up and down spacing. Let me check. Yeah, I don't think I want to make that any smaller. But I could take it from 6 down to 3. Yep, that it is. I forgot to adjust that. Thank you, Oatmeal. It's kind of a pain that I can't set the audio by which section it's in. So how are you doing, Oatmeal? Let's take this out and maybe move this out by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels maybe? No, we'll go 7. Working on your own stuff, I hear that. Getting hungry? Yeah, I'm already hungry. I didn't have time to eat before the live stream, so rip. I always try to, but I did not do it today because I was too involved in a game. And I don't get to play games much very often. Well, I could probably technically play more, but I don't play that much, and I was playing and I got sucked into it. Yeah. Exactly. So let's cut this off right here. Not that I don't want to play games, it's just that usually I'm too busy working on them, or I'm too busy, well, usually just too busy working on it. I don't avoid playing them, I just end up not being able to play them. I try to play, but because playing games is important for a game developer. Because if you don't play games, you're sacrificing part of your skill set. That said, game developers are busy, so, it's understandable that you don't have all the time in the world to play. Did I not add spacing in here? I don't think I did, because I'm thinking this gap is... Oh, playing games help you make them, so... That's 18. Is this also 18? No. Okay, that's where I screwed up at. This needs to move over 5. Dang it. Come on. Move. Okay, now I need to go back to the game sim layer. I'll move all this over. Grab it right around here. And we'll delete all that. Is this still the same spacing as I got over here? I don't think it is. That is 6. Yeah, this is way more than 6. That's 13. So we need to cut in here and delete more pixels up here. Let's kill that. And then we'll kill that. And then we'll kill all of this here off of here. Okay. There we go. How do you think that is for spacing, Oatmeal? Let's say this is 7. You think I've addressed the spacing issue? Alright. So we'll save move this out. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. Search safe games. I do not. Get on with your lies, one. That tap art that always gets you? Yeah, but I mean, I need to, you know, we ain't got code. And I need to mock it up so that the coder knows what to actually do. Yeah. That needs to not have that, and it needs to, I think is that, needs to be having no anti-aliasing. Yeah. Yeah. It is the mock-up. Yeah, sadly, the code department really lacks. I don't know. You think that color would roughly match it once it goes into neon and everything? I think it might. I think we can. So here's what I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So basically, somebody suggested that I move events from here up to here. So that when it's in your hand, you can actually see that. Let me see if I can get an image here. I need to save this image to my hard drive, or yeah, my hard drive, not my SSD, because. So let me see if I can find it. Okay. So let's see if I can get it where you can now see it. Let's see here. There. So if we put it up there, then, you know, it will be, of course, not on the unit cards, but it'll be up here in this corner, so you'll be able to tell from your hand that it's a unit, or not a unit, an event card, without having to hover over it when it pops out in full view. If we put event up here in the corner. And it would add a little bit of character to this, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to do it to the character cards, because then it will muddy this shape, and I think overall muddy the appearance of it. But here it could add to this shape. You think that'd be a good improvement? Alright, then let's try it. Let's see here. So we'll grab... Actually, what would probably be best if I grabbed... here. And we grab it like this. Copy that and paste. Make what tab longer? The top corner missing from the layout. Well, there won't be a character in here. It'll be a event card picture. But you talking about this little corner up here? If you are, that's not enough room. Because this is about what? Well, the name is going to continue up in this direction. Like, all of this section is a name. Right here. This is not our longest name. And we're going to have a hard time fitting it in there. The tab. You're talking about up here where our mana cost is? Well, this is our mana cost right here. Gotta have this. Or you mean this blank space right here? Where there is nothing for shape reasons? Yeah, I mean there's a cutout there to be stylish. If we put something there, then we lose the style. We lose the aesthetics. Yeah, I mean, but issue with the symbol is for it to be readable, it will need to be this large, if not larger. And I think it will overcomplicate things. I really need this down here, like that. So this needs to move down, maybe about here. But this space up here isn't part of the card. Let's see here. Anything with this red space right here is not part of the card. It'll be part of whatever the map or whatever that goes underneath it. That'll be the board right there. So this is negative space. You gotta make good use of negative space. That might be enough spacing. Let's see here. That's 4. Once I move this down, it should be enough space. So then come over here and fill that, and then we can grab this, turn this up like so. Not on that though. Where are the glow bars? There. Yeah. So you're saying use the white to cut down instead of this orange? Issue is then it won't look, there won't be a clear divider between the name and the card type. There needs to be some kind of divider between the name. And of course, you know, if I were to finish this out, I would be putting, you know, orange on the inside of this area here. But I want to see what you're trying to see if we can do something with what you're talking about. One, I mean, if this is white, then all the neon needs to be, we'll have to make this neon fit this curve here. But how could we divide the event from the white or the name? Basically, if what I'm saying is, if we make, let's just say, is that not? Okay. Come on, tool. Stop bugging out. Oh, it's not bugging out. I'm bugging out. So we made that white, let's say. And if we, then, move this little bar right here down, what then separates this event from the name? Yeah. There needs to be some kind of separation there. Because without the separation, it won't look good. Everything will get lost. Things will get confused. So let's work a little bit more here on this orange. And here's a weird question. What do I do with this orange where these serrated bits are? This darker orange. Do I do it like that to where it like disappears behind it kind of thing? Or do I do it where I bring this out and then it outlines it? Oops. Come on. Come on. Oh. Like that. I think I liked it better cutting behind it. Although I kind of like this part being in front, so maybe we make it cut behind it, just the blades and not this part. Lots and lots of undoing. Oops, I'm redoing. Lots more undoing because I'm redoing. Maybe something like that. Or we could do the hiding completely like that. What way do you guys like better? The full hiding, the semi-hiding like this, or nothing hiding? Like that. Which way do you guys like better? This is a no hiding. The semi-hiding. And the full hiding. Which one? I personally like the full hiding and the semi-hiding. Is it then and popping out? You like the full no hiding? You liked it like this with no hiding? This is the no hiding right here. No hiding so you can see the orange everywhere. Wrapped around everything. Well, they've always stuck out one higher. That's the way the teeth are designed. You can see over here, they're sticking out by 1 pixel higher than that. That's why they're sticking out one over here. Something else we could do is maybe, if I can get this right, anyway, cut that off completely, and then come over here with this and do smooth like that. So I guess you would call this one the smooth one. That sounds wrong. And of course we could go the semi-smooth like this, where you just lose the top of the teeth, but you still have that little bit of bump in there. Although I can see one place that's messed up right there. Right there. So which one do you like there? The all natural, nothing hiding, or the semi-smooth, or the completely smooth? This is the semi-smooth. And then this is a smooth right here. And of course the natural is the one that we had before. From the last decision. You guys are deciding on that. I see something else I want to try. I want to give some more shape here. So I'm going to cut this corner off. Like that. Maybe cut a little bit more off than that. Maybe about here. No dark orange on the top left, upper left. You mean like that? I was just trying to be consistent because we do have that over here on this one. It's always rounded. Because these orange are supposed to be glowing neon kind of thing. Actually thinking about that, I gotta get rid of the dark orange period. Because we got to, it's got to be a solid color. That's not what I wanted to do. That. So there, lost the borders because it'll be neon. At least if we go with the neon route. We may not. I'll leave them for now. I can kill the because when we go to neon things, it won't look as good if we don't do it as a solid color. In theory, yes. Although this orange won't glow down here. But this will glow. In theory. I don't know. That may change. But why don't I do... that, and then I come over here to this, bring this out, and then we come back over here, let's hide these gold bars for a second. And then we can put these gold bars. Oh, it's second wrong way. There we go. And we go back down here and delete that. So we do that, and now it's consistent. But I gotta do that to the other card too. You know what? I'm honestly afraid to change that. Now I think about it, because this stuff's already an engine, and changing the shape outline up here could probably really screw up several things in the engine. Okay. No, I don't see what you're saying. Yeah, you're not talking about losing the orange, you're just talking about drawing the purple under it instead of over it. What did you do up here for the top? Yeah. What he's talking about is basically taking these gold bars here and moving them down here, but still leaving the orange. That would be more consistent with this, because that's the way this is done. The glow bar moves in with the, you know, the letter staying out. So that is a more consistent thing. So let's do it that way. Juan's idea is going to be more consistent. So what we need to do is grab this and move the glow bars out here. So we need to move this over about right in here for now. And we need to grab the glow bars right here. And we move these down to there. And then we move this over like that. And then we'll kill these glow bars right here. Actually, what I'm going to do is actually move these glow bars over here. Like that. And then I'll kill that bit of glow bar, I think about here. And then we'll come over here and kill that like that. And then we'll grab this and we'll bring this out like so. And this is 3 wide, right? Yep. So now we need to grab this color. We'll come out by 3 here. Like so. And we'll kill that, and then we'll go back to this layer. Grab this orange. It comes up. Over. We'll grab this and come up here. Bring this over. Back down. Fill that in. And then we need to go back to our glow bars. Grab that color. Fill that in. This needs to be thinner. I named my layers. Like I got use fonts, low layers, layer 10, which would be event, a unbold, bold, mono, circuits, white. That's character, but and that's a background. Yeah, those are my layers. So this is too thick right here. And I'm on the wrong way. Let's thin this out by 1 here. And this does really need this other color. Where is it? Here. So let's give it this other color. Even if we don't use it in the end, it'll, you know, keep the art mock-up looking good. In that. And we'll treat this as if we're not going to make it glow for now, since I don't actually know. Because we may have too many glowy things on the card. And it'll keep the art mock-up looking better. That's 7. And that's 9. What does this one have for spacing? 5. So I need to move this entire thing. Because we only need 5. And this is 9 up here. How much space do I have here? 4. That is 4. You think I should go like full diagonal? I mean, they both match the card. But I think it definitely needs more angle. If nothing else. And I just realized this is all on the wrong layer. Damn it. Okay, let me try this and see how this looks. That's not the color I selected. It probably is because it's all on the wrong layer. There we go. Well, the 4 that has a square on the side. It has an angle on one side and a square on the other. So you want to make this a square on this side? Basically take this and bring that down. Grab this one and take that over. like that, except for smaller. Right, the correct size. Because this needs to be 5, and it's 11 right now. This needs to move up by 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means that this needs to move up by 6. More to this layer. Like that. Go back over to this one. That one. These layers are killing me. I need to just fix it. Let me grab that and cut it. And then we'll move that to the layer it's supposed to be on this one. Okay, there. Now that's consistent with the other. Are you talking about basically grabbing a line here and coming like this? Let me make that thicker so you can see it. Yeah. Well, that's being less consistent, but it is keeping lines lined up. So this is what you're talking about. Kill that. Kill that. Kill that. Actually, we just kill all that. Then I think somewhere here and kill that. And that. Unsure what you're talking about there, Juan. You want to work on an example for that? Well, I'm working on this. And you don't need to worry about making it pretty like you did last time. Just scribble something down so I can understand. That's... Okay. And then carry this and merge this down. And then we'll grab this and I'm gonna delete more of this orange and purple glow bar. So we'll grab this and we fill that in. Grab our purple glow bar. Up like this. Come on. I need to adjust the font now. I don't need all this space. I think this needs to move in about 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels maybe. And then we can grab this and move this in by 4 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I add folders to the program. Not as far as I know of. I don't even know what you're talking about folders. I can open them up multiple images at a time. I can make as many layers as I want, basically. I have no idea what you're talking about folders. Sounds like fourth dimensional stuff to me. Over. Grab each of these and put them over like that. Grab this one. Flip it over like that. Well, you can just turn on and off layers. I can turn off a layer. And I can even onion skin a layer, make a layer transparent. Like if I want to make this character transparent and ghost them out. But I can also just turn the character off. I think to be consistent, you need the square corner. Or a notch corner or something. My gut is saying this doesn't look right anymore, now that we've done that. And I definitely do not like that. It matches better, but there's just so much negative space up there. It does not feel good. And there's a lot of blank space at the end. That blank space just feels off. It needs less space over here, but to get less space over here, it's going to cause this not to line up anymore. Also, this square corner just does not feel good over here. I like your idea of matching those lines up, but I don't see any way that it can work. Because when you match those lines up, it needs a square corner over here on this side. And that square corner does not look good at all over here. And it also doesn't look good with a huge blank space over there. And it just feels inconsistent when you do it this way with the two angles. I think this is our best one right here. Square corner on the inside with the angled corner on the outside. Although that said, I think it would look better if, if this was scooted over by 2 pixels. That and kill that. I think that's our best right there. This does feel off though. Okay. I've got an idea to help it, potentially. If I take this here, copy and paste, and move that over here, like so. And then I do the same thing right here. Unsure what you're talking about there. do like that, and then we get rid of that. And I just noticed this is not spaced right here for some reason. Still not spaced right. I need to check and see if that's infecting any other parts. Affecting. So, and then maybe cut off three of these. All the rest seem fine until I don't like that. What is this squared? Well, we already tried that, and for the last like 30 minutes or so. No, because the squared side did not look good against the edge. Over here. But it wasn't right against the neon. I really don't want to undo everything or redo everything I just undid. You guys keep on bouncing me back and forth. I feel like a case of bipolar. Well, this is like 18 layers. I'd have to hide a lot of layers. I mean, you're talking about redoing the thing that we just got rid of, basically. Because it didn't work. Yes. And event cards are not free. They would be OP as everything. Because event cards in a lot of cases are actually stronger than the units. So, you know, what do you think about that look? You know, assuming that I fix the neon right here. I will have to extend this out a little bit. Probably about right there. Now that is not going to line up, kind of thing, but what do you think, Juan? Do you like that better? The lines aren't lining up, but they're parallel. Once I fix the flow bar, anyway, the neons. Okay. Yeah, you guys heard that crap. That's this piece of crap computer case. And it's brand new and expensive, but it's a piece of crap. Yeah, the place where I plug my headset in is broken basically, and if I move slightly too much, or gravity moves it slightly too much, it just all of a sudden swaps from, you know, headset to the speakers, in which point you get all the echo and reverb and all kinds of bad stuff. The music. Also, you can also hear how loud the music is in my ear. I do have a new computer case, by the way. And I just got the fans in it for it, which I've been waiting on forever today. So, hopefully I should be able to, you know, I should be able to, in theory, resolve that situation soon. So like that. And technically that does fit because, I mean, this has an angle and then a little bit of bevel corner here. Or angled corner, not a beveled, but it's a bevel of sorts. Instead of round, it's angled. The angled bevel instead of a bevel. So that does technically match. Pretty much exactly what's down here. Which this is kind of the inverse of that. Sort of half inverse, half not. Half the same, half inverse. No, half flipped, half inverse. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the inverse of an inverse. It's inverseception. So what do you think about this? No. People were just not happy with it saying it down here. So we're moving it, you know, we're talking about moving it up there. In which case we'll delete this and put something else down there. Which I already have an idea of what to put down there. Which would be an information we could probably use for event cards, and that's timing. You know, sort of like, because the event cards do a lot of things. They do stuff, you know, like you know, Magic the Gathering instant card. They do like a Magic the Gathering sorcery card. They do like a Magic the Gathering enchantment card. They do all those things together. So, you know, if we were to come down here and replace event with something like, you know, enchantment, instant, you know, sorcery kind of thing, then, you know, that would be the timings I'm referring to potentially put down there. Although it wouldn't be those exact words, obviously. So if you guys like that, then I will delete this down here. That's not the delete button. I just took a screenshot. Alright, so there's that. Let me go over to the list. Let me pull, well, peel that off the list. And I think that putting this in this window gave this a lot more character. Because it lost a lot of character when it lost the, you know, the 4 stats in that window. And when we moved this up here, it gained back some of that character kind of thing. And I also added these little things here in these corners. But we'll call this for now. Let's save it as event card 3. And let's move on to our next thing. How are we doing on time? We're up there. Technically past where I would normally stream to. Well, the 4 stats aren't needed on that card because the stats are for combat, which would be for a character. Event cards are like the spell cards and whatnot, so they wouldn't have stats. So let's hide that. Okay, here's our bold font. We want to do it edit of this font where people can actually see the difference between these 3 colors. I can see plenty well. That's not the right layer. There's the layer. But people can't see it. For this. Maybe if I take this and take this up to maybe 15, and we plug that in, and then we grab this one and we take this one up to maybe 20. Well, it was, wait, what was it? It was 11. That's what it was. And we took it up to 15. So then so 8 gained 4. So maybe take this one up to 24. Like that. The question is, can you now tell that there's 3 colors on there? Or is it still too vague? No, they will not. The units will not say units in the same spot. They won't say units at all. Because that would just muddy up the design of this card. And that was my question when we started. Should we move it up there? Because we're not going to do that for the unit cards. That was where it starts to feel off at. The unit cards won't say units at all. It'll just have stats that you'll be able to see. And they won't say event. And there's only 2 different types of cards, so if it's not an event, it's obviously a unit. So can you now see the difference in that? Because I don't want to take it off by too much. I want it to be a little detail, but a noticeable detail. I mean, when you zoom in, you can see it very, very clearly. That's 200% zoom. It's still in your face at 200%. At 150, it's not in your face anymore, but I can still see it clearly. I can still see it if it's just 2. You mean the card types? Yeah, it's only events and units, but events do a lot of things. Events are basically catch-all cards. But what do you think on the font? Is that, can you tell that that's 3 different colors? But still very readable? Because I don't want to hurt the readability of them. So I want to leave them nice and dark. I just need it where that nice and dark works, and you can actually see the difference. So let's transfer that on here. Okay. Now that I've done that, now I want to work on this font. The font at this point, I think, has almost become a meme. And it's killing me. So we'll go like that. And then I want to grab the black. There we go. And let me actually, I think there's a better way to do this. So what I want to do is probably start off by just copying this to a new layer. Like so. Are you talking about the current colored font? Okay, we delete that. And then what I'm going to do is grab that, move it down and over, so that when I come back to this one and delete the black, then it becomes like that. And then we grab this color and go up to this one. So so you're saying so you're just saying that it was the illusion from the other from the stuff. So what do you think about that font? So it has the color for the backdrop instead of, you know, and the three colors of, it has the three colors of black for the main font with the color there. I'm trying to give the font style to it that still is readable. Keep in mind that this is the only place where this font will be used. And there will be, you know, let's see here, where is it? Here. So beside this is going to be this, which will have a clean font, a basic font that has all the details and everything. I'm really liking this right here. Now this is where it'll be used. Unless you mean this right here. This right here, this new font I just made, will be used right here where it says preemptive attack. If that's what you're talking about. I don't have any examples of games, but I know Mort did that. Unsure what game he put it in, or if he put it in a game. Let's fill these two. I'll be glad once I get this font done so I can stop copy and pasting it manually. Because this is a pain. First, we also gotta get the engine stuff done. Yeah. Most games have generic font. And I don't think that's because they wanted to, just because that was all they had available to them. It's all I had available to me. And I really did not like the way that generic font looked on here. It downgraded the way the card looked. Hence why I went down the rabbit hole that I did not know was going to be this deep of making my own font. I don't know if I would go down this same rabbit hole. But I think the game will benefit from it once I get it done. It's just been a very, very deep rabbit hole. Okay. That's what it looks like all together. Yeah, yeah. The pasting is way too much of a pain. And I did not mean to save it at that. Oh well. Let's go ahead and give it a save number. So what do you think about that? That new font right there. You still need readability, but I think there's a little bit of compromise in there that you can make, but it can't be a big one. So what do you think about this new font? Well, all of this new font, technically. Technically, all of it's new. Is that 4 new? Yeah, that 4 is new because it's on that layer. Everything on that layer is new. Although it's not really all that new. This is still technically the same color, it's just sort of reversed and a little bit more detail on it. Good, good. I'm really liking that. You know, it still has the same rainbow colors. They're just more subtle because they're the backdrop now. Where before I just had a flat black backdrop. And then I, you know, used the gradient I got down here, the new gradient. It already had a gradient. I just put a little bit more spread between them, and I use that new gradient up here, and then use the old colors for the backdrop, which is these colors here for the backdrop are the same colors that are right here. It's these 3 colors right here that are on the font. Well, here's the old right here. All the odes on the event card. There's the old black compared to the new black. Let's set them both at 150%. So, this old black versus this new black, you know. They both are gradients kind of thing. Just this one has a little bit more spread between them, a little bit more contrast between them. Where this just looks black to me, even though when you zoom in on it, it's clearly not. But from 150%, yeah, that looks just black. Where this one at 150%, you can actually see the gradient. It's very slight, but the point of it isn't to be super noticeable. The point of it is to look aesthetically good. And then you have the old, you know, font here with the new one right here. I think this is actually really sexy right here, to be honest. I really like that. And it's not very much different than this, because basically all I did was essentially swap this backdrop with this. So this became the main color, with this becoming the backdrop color. Over here, see, this is now the backdrop color instead of the main. But in the original, this backdrop is just pure black. So what I did was I used these colors instead of just pure black, which is bottom color is pure black kind of thing. But I do really like that. The backdrop just gives it a little splash of color that just really, I think, makes it pop. Now, I could technically use that same font down here, but I don't think it's going to work. And I would really like to use it down there, but I think it's going to blend in too much, because that's the reason why I didn't use the other one down there, because it did blend in too much. I don't know. It might work down there. What do you think? I just did the T of TCP group. Let me do one of the T's for time travel. I'll do the travel one. Do you think that works down there? Because if it does, then that'd be one less font I have to worry about. Of course, I really don't have to worry about that one all that much, because we're probably just going to have the name saved as an image kind of thing, since there will only be like a few in each. Alright, then I will grab that and put that down there, and we can start the copy and pasting hell. And this bottom one doesn't have a backdrop behind it, but it will now. This uses a different font. This uses the bold font. This is the unbold font. I used, basically I had the rainbow colored unbold, and then I had the black version of the unbold kind of thing, and then I just had the black version of the numbers and the black version of the bold font. But I could potentially do a bold version with that in it, which might look really good on there. I think it will, since this looks so good down here, and it will provide more consistency on the card. I guess I'll do this, and this might be the easier way to do it. Just moving them under. And then I can cut it and paste it on the upper layer. Oops. Once I get it laid out. And everybody asks, what is a TCP group? And my answer to that is, I don't know. It's just the random 3 letters that I came up with to put down here to try out on the card as a sample. And I mean, it could be a group name that we actually use. I have to find out what TCP stands for, but if that's the case. This is off here. There we go. So if I cut this, I'm gonna come up to this way here and paste that in. Now that should work. So we go back down to this one. Let's do the same thing since it was a lot quicker to do it that way. I am really liking this new font. I came up with the idea a few days ago because like somebody was telling me, why don't you change this, the white color here? And it's like, when I do that, it's going to cause all kinds of problems and everything. And then it's like, yeah, but somebody was suggesting the same thing for cosmetics, and we need more cosmetics, so we're going to have to do it, which means that it's going to have to be black, and then it's like, but I don't want to lose my colors because then I'm going to lose the link between the cards and the other, and then it's like, well, I have the backdrop behind there, what if, and it's black, and I'm not going to need that anymore, so what if I did colors there instead? That's sort of where the idea for this font came from people suggesting colors for the cosmetic card fronts. Oh, excuse me. There's a B. There's a B. So you're making your own font too, Devious? If you are, my suggestion would be only use it in key places. And, unless you do not want to translate your game. And I would definitely suggest you have your game able to be translated because it's going to be an insanity amount of work. Not an insanity amount of work to do your font and everything. So I would make sure to have it be the stylish part and then have it, clearly written somewhere else on top of that. That's the reason why we have that second window kind of thing, because also that makes readability less important because there's a place where it's clearly readable in the other font. No, I want to cut that. I'll paste it in like that. Yeah, I think that works. So what do you think about that? Not a big difference, but it's just a little pop of color down here. Now then, we can grab the bold font, and this would actually be a lot easier to make because I don't have to worry about anything else because it doesn't have a backdrop behind it. So I can copy this. It needs to be on the right layer. Yeah. I'll paste that in here. And then we'll come back to this one. Let's hide this one for a second. So I need to, let's go through use font. We'll grab that color and we'll color that like that, and then we'll come back to this one and we'll grab that color. Then we'll color that like that, and then we'll come up here to this, grab this color, and color that like that. Now then we'll turn this layer back on, and then we'll come over to this, and we'll pull this one down and out, like that. And there we have a new bold font. So the easiest way to address putting it up here would actually just be making the font all over again. It's funny when making a new font is, you know, making it as a new font is easier than doing all the copy and pasting. Let's screwing things up. Okay, let's not do that. Let's do this one. Then we'll come up here. Turn this back on. Grab this color. Turn that back off. Come back up here. Pull that in, and then we do like that, and then we come over here and bring this down and out. Like that. And then we can merge these two layers together. Rename it back to what it was. There we go. Probably need to do the same thing to the numbers now too, don't we? What if we just go over here, copy all the numbers, paste them in here, and then we'll get rid of that. We'll color them in. And then we'll move those behind. And then we'll get all of the numbers. We'll shift them down and out. Like that, and then we'll merge the layers. And then I need to do that one more time for this 4. And then I'll have to, you know, depending on how feedback goes, if everybody likes this, then I'll have to actually do this to the numbers legitly. So just on the card, because I don't have them right here. See how feedback goes, though. But I'm hopeful. Bring that down and out. And then we'll merge them. We'll rename this Use Font for the 15th time. Probably more like the 1500th time. How many iterations I've done of this. So there we go. Let's get it back to 100% view. What do you think about that? I'm liking it. The new font all the way across the card. The numbers, everything's changed. As you see, the numbers are the same way as these. As is the bold font and everything is, all the text and all the fonts are the same now. Well, not the same, but they're done the same way. They're all the black gradient with the color gradient behind them as a backdrop. But you have the unbolded font down here, you have the bolded font up here, you have the small numbers here, and you have the big numbers here. Yeah, same design across all of them. Where before is 3, 4 different designs. Because the designs wouldn't work with all the different backgrounds. Because like the rainbow one that I had before, this one would work on white, but it wouldn't work on these colored boxes. These colored boxes, or these. The only place it would work was at the top for the name and in here. But now that the new style works in all of it. Yeah. I think the old was a little bit too plain. The thing I worry about though is the bold going to be readable? Because by adding that backdrop that it didn't have before, it's shutting up the gaps of white that came through for like the E and the B and the R and somewhat on the G and, you know, of course on the E. It's not causing that on the unbold one because the unbold one has thinner black parts. I bet that's gonna, yeah. I meant the bold is still the same bold. It's just, you know, got a backdrop behind it. But the reason why I made the bold for the name itself, which I didn't really want to do, but people in feedback said that, you know, maybe the name should stand out more than the rest of the stuff, you know, by making it bold kind of thing. I think that was Angelie's feedback. If I remember right. If there's a readability issue, I can either go back to the unbolded font and have less fonts that I have to deal with, or I'm going to have to somehow tweak the bold font to get a bigger hole. Framing. Yeah. I think I just need to get, I think I'm going to have to get several people to look at this and give feedback on it. You know, I'll get you to look at it too, off stream, because the fact is that you'll be able to see it a lot better without YouTube's compression and whatnot. Issue with making it taller is that's going to mean less image. And which nobody's going to be happy about, because everybody's been, you know, saying, I want more image, I want more image. And I've been slowly trimming off bits and pieces over time based off of feedback. And I can't make the card any taller than what it is now because of scaling in engine. This is a I think it's 17:9 ratio. So if I were to make it any taller, it would have to be a lot taller. It would have to be like a 18:9 or 1:2 at that rate, which would be 60 pixels taller. It would go from 510 tall to 600 tall. It's 300 by 510, and my next size would be, I think the next size up that would scale right would be 300 by 600. I think that would be the next one that scale that did right, and that would be really tall, and would probably look really odd if I went up that high. So if I made this font any taller, then I would have to take the room out of the image, move this down, and of course tweak everything so that everything stayed balanced. And of course I'll have to do the same over here, which this already is hurting for room kind of thing. But we'll see. I'll send you the uncompressed version of this Oatmeal after the stream, which is probably right about now because it's been going for a while. Let's say about a demo version so I can show people. Yeah. Whatever feedback you can do. Yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, depending on what I'm doing. I didn't even get to the UI buttons popping out. I'll probably save that for the next stream. And what I meant by that is, I think you were there when somebody suggested doing this right here to the buttons. And yeah, that'll probably be what I do next stream, among whatever else I can figure out what to do. Because I like generally saving anything art-wise for the stream, because I think it does better on the stream than it does, you know, for when I'm not, you know, like it's not very fun to watch me, you know, do writing, or it's not very fun to watch me do game design kind of thing. It can be fun to watch programming, but I don't program. It'd be fun to watch music, but I don't do music kind of thing. Like the UI art is like the main thing. Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm adding colored black shadows, colored gradient black shadows to everything. Where this was the only one that had a black uh, a drop shadow to it because it wasn't readable, and that drop shadow helped its readability. But now we got rid of the color to it, and then some of the color to it, and then we added backdrop to drop shadows rather to it in color, and then started doing that to all the others. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to join the Discord, all the different things, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff down below. Subscribe, click the smash button, come to the Discord, participate in the month-to-month dev chats, and we'll be back here Sunday with the Safeway of Streams podcast, and we'll be back on Thursday with the next indie inquiry, where we'll dive into people's store pages that people submit, and if people want to submit one, send me a message somewhere, whether it's on my Discord, YouTube, or Twitter. Discord is probably the best place because I'm unsure if I'll actually receive your message if you send it on YouTube. And I think Twitter would be the second best place, but I would encourage the Discord message. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Till then, I'm out. And yeah, people do want to know more about the design process. Alright, see ya. I'm out.